When we first started Granada Village and Country, we had two main philosophies in mind. One of them was to promote areas of Andalucia that were relatively undiscovered, and many villages suffering from depopulation. So it was key for us to explore these rural areas and really try to uncover their charms. And that goes hand in hand with the second core philosophy, which was to promote properties through different marketing channels, specifically PR, and tell the story behind these properties. Every property has its own story. Every property has its own character. There's something that you can weave. And we've had remarkable success in the telling of those stories, being featured in international press, such as the Sunday Times, the Telegraph, Mansion Global, Expansión, publications around the world, where we can actually get to tell the stories behind these fascinating and incredible properties in this part of Spain. Eastern Andalucia, the core provinces of Granada, Almería, Jaén and Córdoba, have long been hidden away. They've not really been discovered, and yet this area of Andalucia has so much. It's got an undiscovered coastline, it has lakes, it has mountains, it has forests, beautiful villages. Land prices here are so much cheaper than they are in the rest of mainland continental Europe. When you can pick up large estates for prices of just over 3,000 euros per hectare, compared to the prices of, say, 10,000 euros plus in the likes of Tuscany and France. I've never stopped loving Spain. And this is an opportunity to sell that passion and really allow our clients to experience the just incredible landscapes that this part of Spain has to offer. Over the last couple of years, we have grown dramatically through PR. In fact, we were featured in an article in the Telegraph about rural depopulation some years ago, and that was spotted by researchers for a BBC TV programme, and that is how we got involved with the BBC's Amanda and Alan's Spanish job. One of the reasons we got involved in that programme was to highlight depopulation. That was one of the central themes behind the programme. And as a result of that growth, our team is growing. We have a property management team where we look after holiday rentals for clients. We're delighted to have been joined by Joe Hopwood, who is now an integral part of the team. And it's such a good team, and it's so immensely rewarding to have been able to develop in this way, in a way that where we retain our integrity and have a team that believes in the same way that we do.
I first fell in love with Andalusia when I traveled here in 2010 for my honeymoon, and always had a dream to live in Andalusia. For me, it's definitely the people. I've just met incredible people with this job, seen some beautiful properties, really got to know a lot more about Spain through the people and through the history of these properties. I really enjoy talking to prospective buyers, finding out more about them, finding out more about how they envision their life in Spain, and then being able to match that vision with the perfect property and location for them.
What really sets our photography and video apart is the way that we tell a story about each property. So I'm a graphic designer by trade, and I'm always thinking visually. I'm looking for the character, the atmosphere, the things that really make a property unique. And that's particularly important because some haven't been lived in for years. Some need serious renovation. You can't simply fluff a cushion or move a pot plant in order to make the property look very attractive. And equally, with a beautiful new build, it's about understanding what makes that property special and helping someone really see how they could make it their own.
Hand in hand with our growth as a business, our portfolio has expanded dramatically. We have great success selling properties now on the Costa Tropical, which is Granada's coastline. The area of our portfolio that's expanded most is probably in the large fincas. We have estates ranging from 150 hectares up to over 3,000 hectares. A lot of these properties have a huge amount of history, and this is where I go back to the PR angle, the fact that we're always trying to tell the story behind these properties. And there are old family cortijos that have connections going back centuries. And we're really privileged to be able to get these properties in front of investors and purchasers who want to preserve what the previous owners have built up and breathe new life back into these properties. And that for us is immensely rewarding.